G'day, so I'm going to today show you how to produce or produce a pop song, particularly a pop ballad. Now this song that we're going to be working on is called Heart is Cold. We're going to do a full arrangement of an acoustic guitar and voice song that I recorded and put up on YouTube a few weeks ago called Heart is Cold. So this is a pop song, so usually almost always, the first thing I do when doing a pop song is lay down some drum tracks. Because even if it's a pop ballad, in pop everything needs to be driven by drums, almost always. It's important to note that in the world of pop, I'm sorry, real drummers, but it's almost always using drum samples, drum loops, drum machines, not real drums. So that's what I've done here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the basic verse drum beat that I came up with. I should note that when doing the drum beats to begin with, I lay down something which I like and I think suits it, but I almost always change it when I come to the final version. In fact, it's dangerous not to reanalyze the drum beats later. Anyway, this is actually the final drum beat that I ended up using. Here's the verse. So it's simple, using claps in the verse. It needed to be sparse enough to allow the lyrics to come through, and when the chorus comes, it builds up into a snare. Heart is cold. It needed to be a little bit busier because it's a more intense musically section, and it also needed to be a bit more pounding because the lyrics are a bit angry. Clear to see you only love to gleam, your heart is cold. Anyway, so that's the chorus, and that is used throughout the choruses. When we get to the second verse, I cut the drum beats out initially and had nothing. I thought that was actually too brutal. So I brought in a slightly different drum beat, but lowered the volume and gave it a kind of tone so it sounded different. But then bring in the second verse, the normal verse bit. And the reason to do that is because it's important to create diversity of sound throughout a pop track. So there's always something new, some new ear candy for the ear to listen to. But it's important to also have a sense of unity and sense of oneness of the drum beat in general. So the second chorus uses the same drum beat as the first chorus, etc., etc. Now, if you're interested in more technical or specific information on how I do drum beats or anything like that, the plugins I use, EQing, feel free to ask. But that's all I'm going to deal with for today in terms of the drum beats. Next week I'm going to look at the second element that I usually do in doing a ballad, which is putting the harmonic stuff, the chords. And I'll be talking about the battle between guitar versus piano, and which one eventually won in this track. So that's all got time for now. Thanks for hanging in, and please do check out that YouTube clip, the Heart is Cold, the original one. See you next time.